Thank you very much to EA for sponsoring today's video. Today's Battlefield 2042 Season 3 tale of a reluctant medic. And by reluctant, I mean choosing to take a life rather than save it. But also, we will see a ruthless one-man shield wall teach our enemies that concussions can be dangerous. Very dangerous. No. My journey began on Spearhead, a manufacturing facility in northern Sweden where our enemy thought themselves worthy of claiming territory that was rightfully ours because the rule of toddlers with toys applies to the most significant reason to start a war. We saw it first, therefore it belongs to us. We quickly captured the material storage and painting facility, but to truly gain a foothold in this region, we would have to secure the cube in the middle, and I was about to lose a bet with my taxi driver on just how far through the front door he could push into this building.
More sectors than they do.
Okay, I'll give you that, pal. That was quite impressive. But how are we going to get this thing out of here?
Bring me a victory notepad. Secure the...
Who cares? We were never here and we arrived on foot. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, get what I mean? But now we come to the part of the reluctant medic, and it began as many things do, with a bruised ego. Dying once to fumbling my aim, that's no big deal, but dying twice to the same enemy? My pride was wounded, and worse, as I returned from the graveyard of reflection, battle fury overcame me, and my fallen teammates were collateral damage at this point because now I was here to strike terror into the hearts of my enemies. The printing facility was littered with wounded, badly needing my help, and help they would get in the form of barbaric vengeance! During my bloodlust, we had lost control of Charlie 1, and I set about retaking it single-handedly to restore my honor. You'll be alright, pal. It's only a flesh wound. Walk it off, will you? Finally came to my senses. What had I done? A battlefield medic ignoring my duties in pursuit of glory where there was none to be found? Well, from now on, I vowed to become what I was born to be. I've got your back, Wolfman, and I'm not leaving you. You know what, Wolfield, buddy, I think the two of us might not be enough here. We needed backup, and the Marine Assault Vehicle would provide it while I secured the tunnel.
Burning resources to stay in it.
Oh boy. Wait, I think there's an editing error here. What's happening? Why are we zooming in on the fact I'm 0 to 4 versus the same player? Let's just move on, can we? So far, we had more reinforcements than our enemy, and my plan was to keep it that way.
You're up in the sky, I'll carry you home.
I've got you home.
Our lines were faltering at the outer corridors, and our enemies were pushing hard from the communication towers to storm the cube. I was about to prove the value of a single medic versus the might of an invading force.
Target neutralized!
Oh, has anyone got a chocolate bar, a protein shake, anything? I can't die on an empty stomach, man. Not like this, please! No! We lost control of Charlie 2, and for the first time, we were losing the war. Our forces launched the largest indoor counterattack I had ever seen in this place, and our resolve stiffened. Both sides held two objectives. Charlie 2 was secure. We pressed the advantage to Charlie 1. The time was now.
I can help! One down!
There will come a time when you hold hands as you're both dying, but it is not this day. Me, revive me first, I'm worth it. Also, I'm possibly smothering Zane to death right now. Come on! My unit lacked the courage to push. It looked like I'd have to show them the way. There you go, guys. Do it like that, but without the pathetic scream when you meet your doom, okay? As we fought for control of the central objectives, enemies had infiltrated our back lines and the tide of battle was shifting.
We'll get you,
We needed to protect those points or the war for Spearhead would be lost entirely. Time for some extra backup. Let's see here. A ranger would... defeat. But a reluctant medic stood out amongst the fallen for having the most revives in the game, giving me much needed redemption. Feeling the sting of backline infiltrators, I wanted my enemies to know that unless they came at us with a terrifying force, then sending scouts to steal an objective would not go unanswered, and neither would lone snipers tasked with shooting my army in the back. I didn't have a sniper rifle, but I did have one of these. Try that again. But I did have one of these. I realized how important the job of rearguard infantry was as our defenses were being constantly tested. However, for me to fight out in the open, I'd need to either change my loadout or improvise, and seeing how I just unlocked the new shotgun in the battle pass, let's just say you'll have to prize this thing from my cold dead fingers. The enemy pushed back, I saw no reason not to push forward. Unfortunately, the limitations of running a shotgun and a ballistic shield were quickly uncovered.
Objective lost. We need to retake it. Target down! Russians have sector Alpha. Echo! That's damage!
My advance had cost us dearly, and enemies had snuck into our back lines, swiping Echo from under our noses. I could run all the way back there, sure, or put the shotgun to use and make a power play for Charlie sector. When deciding what to do, I considered that ballistic shields, they're heavy, and I didn't win any cross-country medals at school. Besides, a quick death here meant a quick respawn back to base. Only, that's not what happened at all.
Target down! Charlie 2.
Oh, guess it was back to base after all. Or was it?
All sectors now occupied by hostile. Vader. Taking control of Sector Bravo.
Charlie 2 was ours, and I headed across to Charlie 1 to cement our position. Now, to deal with those pesky intruders. Welcome to Echo Base, you sneaky pilfering ninjas! Rearguard Sergeant Rakta. Apparently, these enemies had brought a tent and some snacks, which made me fine with breaking my infantry-only rule. Clearly, they want to play. So let's play! Lucky for me, I also recently unlocked the new tank this season, the Tor, so it was time to finally try it out, because when I tested it in the early access...
You're spending serious resources to stay in this.
Sometimes when you're dealing with certain enemies, it's best to give them the personal touch. Go prone, die alone! Apparently people just don't expect us to get out of our tanks. And they'd be wrong. A stroke of irony as the tank exploded in the exact place as my previous video.
1. Sector Echo is ours. Gaining sector control. Aim for Russian towns. Majority of sectors under.
Our backline was secure and we were ahead on reinforcements, which meant one thing. I could do what I like from this point onwards and rush the middle of the map. Prepare to meet my shield. Victory was ours, and whilst I didn't break any records in this game in terms of the scoreboard, I was tied for top eliminations on our team, so I'm going to take that as another of my special challenges completed. Battlefield 2042 Season 3 is crazy fun with loads of new content, the new map, the new specialist Zane, who you can see in my other video, the railgun, new shotgun, pistol, throwing knives, the new tank, and of course a battle pass. The game has a free trial on the following platforms this month, and you can keep your progression if you decide to buy the game. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one. Later.